Delta 547, wind 19016, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 22 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 547.
Taxi via Juliet.
Air traffic controllers protect our nation's airways. These are the stories of real air traffic controllers to boldly deliver a safe, orderly, and expeditious flow of air traffic from their departure point to their final
47,
destination.
wind 19016, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 22 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 547.
Well, I do want to bring it a little bit back to the training again. What do you see could be different in the way we trained back then and what you're doing now? Is it exactly similar, or are you doing some kind of modified program?
Well, what we do over where I'm at right now, everybody's got to get the ICAO courses, and we farm that out, right? Because there's other places besides the United States that do that, right? So, and we don't send anybody to the U.S. We've got there's an academy in Singapore, there's an academy in Jordan, there's an academy in London, there's an academy in Sweden. There's worldwide, there's all kinds of places. So we can farm them up whatever we need and when we need them. And then they get that coursework done and they come back. We have some other unique problems. They hire controllers over there. You get hired as a controller. In the FAA, what they do right is they hire as a trainee, which allows the FAA to say, you didn't quite make it. There may be other opportunities they may not. And going in, it's a probationary kind of thing.
Career conditional for 3 years, right?
Right over there, you think you got a train to succeed program here. You get hired as a controller. You are a controller.
I knew people at Houston Center that washed out. Then they sat upstairs for a year because under the new procedures, the NACA you have to offer them another lower level facility up to 3. They get 3 choices to turn down. I don't know if it's still like that today, but I think it is.
Paid controller.
But they get
Right, but that's a problem with their system and how they hire people, right? And that's their choice. That's a different universe and it's a different country, and
I've
they
seen
get to do that.
Similar examples, and I'm not going to name any names.
Oh, there's plenty of examples like
But
that.
We definitely need to figure out a better way.
I think the way we did it, where you excelled at an expedited pace, or you were out the door and they just brought somebody else
Instead
in.
of giving somebody like 300 or 400 additional training hours so that they could have it on paper that they finally did something.
There's a lot of
They
things.
can make it simpler to hire guns too. I mean, that's what we do, right? It's like I hire expat gunners, right? They come in to work airplanes, and that's what they do. Some do it for years, some do it for 2 years. Some knuckleheads like me stay for 15 and 17 years. But you bring the guys in, you check out or not, got 3 months to do it. You don't make it, have a nice day. You make it, and you don't come without a license and some kind of certifications, but there's tons of people, maybe the people in this room have expired that opportunity, but some of us might still have it. And it's like you hire a gun and you can fill those gaps if you're willing to do it, but there's too many oversight regulations and stuff like that.
Well, one of the other things that I'm sorry, Jerry, I was thinking that a solution for right now, here and now, there are a lot of controllers in the Air Force or any military branch that actually work with the 7110.65 BD now, that could probably step into some of these facilities that are hurting and start working traffic. And they could stay in there till they get out of the service and then automatically walk right in the door for FAA air traffic.
I think the first thing you'd have to do is define herding.
Define what?
Herding. You say the facilities that are herding. You have to define it.
That's up to them. They did it in Miami. You used to go to Miami, right? Because Miami needed people. They needed them seasonally. It didn't fit. We don't need 1,000 controllers 12 months of the year. We need 1,000 controllers 6 months of the year, right? And they could do that. They were flexible enough.
I mean, all you have to do is look at their staffing. If they're working 6 days a week for the last 6 months, they're hurt. Especially if nobody's getting any leave. I mean, that's crazy. And then look at all the filings. I'm sure NACA's out there filing left and right that these guys can't get off, because I know I'd be sending their hearings.
They use their sick leave to get off, and like I said,
But you can find out who's really hurting as far as staffing.
would you before you say hurting, would you say you would have to check how many hours a day they spend on position? Because if
Well, it depends, because some people like Paul Skinner would stay on position all day
you're
long
talking
and not
about
take a break.
the average time on position, if it's under 4 hours a day, would you say that they are hurting? Because
If it's under 4 hours a day,
Yeah.
hell no, that's not
Because,
right.
but those,
if you're working
those
6
people
days
are
a
working
week,
6 days a week, 10 hours a day.
But if,
right now, today.
yeah, so that's a facility,
Nobody's working 10 hours a day.
no.
What do you mean? Yeah, they do.
No, there's not.
They're
There's not a
getting-
controller in this country sitting on a section for 10 hours a day.
They're getting paid for 10 hours.
They're getting
not
paid for
sitting
10
on a
hours.
That's,
There's a time on
that's my
position.
point. My time on position
Okay, that's
of
fine.
being 3 hours a day and they're working 6 days a week, 10 hours a day.
I agree with that, Randy. What she said, Randy, what you said, up or out? What you just said a minute ago about you're picking people, you don't just pick a turd off the street out there. You pick a person that you know has got an aptitude. That's the key word for this. There's an aptitude for this job. And not everybody's got it. And you can hire 10,000 people on no test whatsoever, and there's gonna be some good controllers in there. Because for whatever they got that switch in their head that they can turn on.